welcome to another episode of Keeping Up with the Chaldeans. We're here with the team from Match Chaldean, Olivia Asfar and Theresa Dabish Sitto. Why don't we start by asking you a little bit about the birth of Match Chaldean and give us a little bit of a history, and then we'll get into the passing of the torch.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank you both for having us.
Great
to have you on.
This is really
Thank
just
you.
a wonderful thing you're doing. We've watched several of the interviews now. We're very
Thank you.
impressed, and we appreciate all your efforts.
Thank you.
Appreciate
and
that.
time for
Thanks.
the community.
Very sweet of you.
Well, I'm an American-born Chaldean.
Mm-hmm.
My husband was born in Tilcap, as my parents were. I come from a family of 14 children and grew up in Detroit. And for me, college really wasn't much of an option at the time. It was more just, survival with this big family.
Of course.
And
Sure.
ended up going to college because my younger brother, John, encouraged me. He said, you know what, you're reading the dictionary at the store. You need to study. So went to school, never looked back, and ended up getting a master's in education with an endorsement in Aramaic studies, and taught mostly Chaldeans for 30 years.
Wow.
After I retired, I had 1 year to myself and helped my husband at the store, and just enjoyed that 1 year. And my son, Brent, was waiting for his law papers to come through. He had just passed the bar and watched Millionaire Matchmaker and said, we need a professional matchmaker for our community. You have the educational skills, you love our Chaldean people, you just love people in general, and you'd be a great fit with this. And so our family talked about it. My husband, Farouk, was very supportive, and he said, yes, you can do it. He always encouraged me to get education and to follow my dreams. And my son did all of the legal work. And
what year was this?
We opened July 1st, 2009.
Oh, wow.
And so it was kind of, amazing that people started coming, because I didn't know what would happen. People started coming and they never stopped. We started with 2 offices where I would go to where I was needed, and expanded to 3.
Okay.
So people would tell me where they live, and I say, okay, I will have office time for you at that location. Went to where they were.
Are there still office locations?
Now, Olivia, who took over April 1st, has her own office system, the way she wants to do
Gotcha.
it.
Okay, great.
And so I was just floored by the response from the community, so supportive, so encouraging, that there's finally something in place to help bring Chaldeans together. We have a lot of professional people who have been busy with school and work, and they appreciate having someone who will look out for them, who is doing this from the heart for the love of the community. So, and now after 10 years and over 60 people married, I have several who are ready to be engaged and others who are still dating from the times that I was running it by myself, and over 40 babies.
Wow.
So,
Good number. I mean, it may sound small, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Those are some good numbers, because especially with statistics, how fast marriages can change and
Yes.
relationship switches,
right.
So that's great.
32 years ago, I was diagnosed with systemic lupus, and I was given a 10-year prognosis. And one of the biggest reasons I did this is I felt that I was blessed with a wonderful husband, a very good marriage, and 4 amazing children. Olivia, our daughter, helped with this the very first year because she was still in college and still around town, and she was a great help to me. Brent, who runs auto accident attorneys with his wife Sandy, did all of the legal work. Again, my husband and other children were also very supportive, and I felt so grateful to my life that I felt that I wanted to help other families see that kind of happiness. And I feel like our service is very faith-based, and that's really the main thing I loved about Olivia when I met her. I could just tell we're kindred spirits, and she has that same strong faith. And to me, my kind of personal motto was, from God, through us, to you. So we can't do anything without him guiding us.
Right.
And
let's
comes through.
Let's touch base on that. So let's take a step back with being part of the faith and what have you. So Match Chaldean, from what I understand, is not the typical online dating type of service to go to. And with what you're saying is, when you're saying faith-based and more into knowing where the person's real background lies, you sound almost like what we grew up on, where we had our grandparents or our parents who would influence and push that matchmaking, because that's where they came from, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were screened, per se,
Oh, yeah.
by a father or mother from somewhere that before they were able to make through. So can you touch on that a little bit, how you differentiate yourself, because you're doing more, you're more one-on-one with the client versus just an algorithm that's pushing through a site and matching somebody up?
Yes, we really care. And that comes through. Our clients know that. We are industry disruptors. Nowhere in the world does anyone do what we do at the nominal fees that we charge. And we charge lower prices because we want to bring people in and we want to create happy marriages and families. It's not just about the money for us. It never was. I mean, I'm comfortable. I'm a retired school teacher, so, I have a pension. Nobody's doing this to put food on the table. She's a psychologist. But I can tell you, when I see those babies that are, their parents are friends with me on Facebook, and to know that this is going to continue for generations to come, that people have been blessed to have marriages, the families, my heart does somersaults.
Well, walk me through the steps. So I find you on matchchaldean.com.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
What's the next step? What do I do
Olivia,
from there?
you
If you
take
can
it from
break
here?
that down for us.
So on the site, you'll see a link that says apply.
Okay.
You'll fill out the application, just answer all the questions. And then
How many questions are on the application?
Yeah, like
roughly?
average.
maybe like 20 about yourself-ish and maybe 20 about your match and what you're looking
nice.
for.
Okay. Not
And
bad.
then-
Sounds simple.
Yeah.
Yes. It's very simple, very easy. You can do it on your iPhone as well or the computer. And I will look at the application, meet you in person.
At
or-
the office?
Yes. My office
Okay.
is in Royal Oak.
Okay.
Okay.
And-
Very central.
Location,
Yeah,
perfect
yeah.
location.
There's also
Yeah.
people out of state, so
Yeah.
California, Arizona, all over U.S.
And are they all Chaldean that are reaching out, or are you getting different races that are?
Majority Chaldean. There's some
Okay.
Lebanese, Assyrian,
Okay.
other
But
Middle
all
Eastern.
Catholic, obviously.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
all
Okay.
Catholics.
Yeah, because you obviously for what you're saying in faith-wise and what have you, you're following that trend. Okay.
And then how does
Yes.
one see? Well, go ahead and finish up with the process.
Yes. So if they're out of state, we do a phone interview,
Uh-huh.
and then if they're in Michigan, we do a in-person interview. Just
Okay.
follow-up questions, and I answer any questions they have.
Nice.
And they have to show ID also,
Sure.
so they can't lie about their age. And if they're divorced, they must show divorce papers.
Okay.
And that way, there's no
You
question. There's
probably
no
get a lot of-
separations. If you're separated, no, you can't
I
come.
mean, anyone that comes in looking to be deceitful in this process, then they don't deserve to be.
Yes.
No,
part of
no,
it,
they
you
don't
know?
need to end with no happy
Right, right.
life, because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, they're ruining something and a situation. So right now, you're vetting these people coming into how in depth is the vetting process? I mean, are you going as far back as seeing, like, is there a background check, or is it just mainly off of what they've submitted and you take it from there and work off of that? How do you know if this person's, to say, a clean cut and dapper person coming into your office?
So when they do submit their application, they are signing off to do a background check. So
Okay.
sometimes there are background checks.
Good.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah, just the reason I'm asking, things have changed these days. I mean, you can't have your kids walking outside and hanging and be lost in the neighborhood till 8 o'clock at night. So, things are just.
So besides like a background check, are people coming to you that you kind of know? You know their families. You kind of know their history. You kind of know
Sure.
what they're into, what businesses they have, or what their education level is, and all that stuff, right?
A lot of them we do know, and then a lot, like I do use my psychology skills too. So
Yeah.
just helps. That helps a lot.
And in our community, people know each other. So
Yeah.
if you're not truthful, it's going to come out soon. And if a person seems like the kind of person that, we don't need to do any extensive background check on or anything, but if we suspect something later on, we can always do that. Or, like I said, my son's an attorney. He's very helpful with that. And most people just want to get married.
Yeah,
They're not
right.
coming
Of
on
course.
to try to scam
Of
anybody
course
or
not.
anything. We're dealing with a lot of professionals.
Yeah.
And these
Yeah, they're-
professionals are busy with school and work, and they want to come to a service that is totally confidential. We don't even say their real name.
Right, so this
We give them a
is not a
nickname.
dating site. This is a marriage.
A
This is for
marriage matchmaking
Okay.
site.
Matchmaking.
That's what I was going to say, because if you look at dating sites, we were talking earlier, the online number is crazy.
Yeah, of course.
It's 50 million people have gone on to an online dating site and tried it. And
It's a lot. And
they say 1 out of every, say, 6 marriages were part of a match site or what have you. They're tapped into a good market, but they're with a different niche in this market.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that makes them more
it's
unique.
a different process. It's
And no one
much more
vets those
personal.
other ones.
Right.
No one's out there vetting these dating sites.
No.
Right.
Here we're checking IDs and divorce papers, and you just feel more comfortable, more secure. And once that person goes out on a date, we get feedback from the person that dated them.
Right.
And they give us feedback on that person, and we make our notations on their
Okay.
files. So that way we get to learn more about the person. It's not just only the one-time interview.
Sure.
We get to really know them. And honestly, I've made lifetime friendships.
So you get a lot of Christmas cards?
I get Christmas cards with babies' pictures.
That's nice.
My clients that are married are the ones that I want to friend on Facebook so I can see their babies, because I just love to see those babies. And it's just very fulfilling in that regard.
So what's the goal of Match Chaldean as a whole? Is there a point that you're building it large enough to take it where you are going to end up going, where it turns into online dating after you somewhat figure out how and what to do with it? Or are you going to keep it more at bay like this and more personal and private like this? Like, what would be the future? What would you guys see it as being now that you've taken over,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, of course, the goal is to keep the Chaldean culture alive, so Chaldean marriages, and eventually in the future, possibly. We have some thoughts, but
What's your biggest thing? Do you like more or less? Do you like to keep it more an intimate relationship between you and the client? Like I'm saying, more personal, not intimate. I'm sorry, more personal relationship with you and the client. Whereas that once you go online, you lose that. It's almost
the clients like the confidentiality
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
That's why they sign up.
I got you. Are you guys currently just you two holding staff down right now, or is there more of you have more staff that work with you, or it's just you two?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So it is it is definitely a personal touch. At.
Yeah. So
I should give it a shot.
If there's a
Yes,
right, you
you
should.
should.
I think you should. So
We're very
if
welcoming.
I sign up, not me, but if someone signs up,
Use me as an example,
so
right?
Junior
There you
signs up.
go.
Well, how does he know who he's being matched with and why? Like, what's the process there?
So I'll give a really good description of the person, tell you about the lady, and I'll base it off your profile, what you
Okay.
say about yourself and what you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she is the algorithm,
Yeah.
or she would be considered like our Yumas or BBs or our old moms. That's what they're doing.
Yeah,
Like,
in my situation,
Yeah.
it was my dad. My dad set up my
Oh,
brother.
that's nice.
he did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
I
did. You
remember
told us a
Mervet.
story. That's
Yeah.
right, with Mervet.
told you the story.
Yeah, that's right. On Chloe's Treasure, she was
Yeah.
telling us that story on that episode. That's right.
But this is the only professional Chaldean matchmaking service ever in the history
Yeah.
of Chaldeans.
Right.
And 10 successful years, we've become a brand now. At the very beginning, lots and lots of advertising. I've poured over $50,000 into marketing, advertising, being at festivals, ads. What was important to me, since I taught school for 30 years,
Yep.
is to give a scholarship every year in the name of Match Chaldean. So we did that for 30 years. And Detroit News Free Press picked up our story.
I saw that over
And that was really huge for us, put us on the market.
this one.
Yes, and I did a follow-up when I actually met the millionaire matchmaker.
That was cool too. That's a cool
Chaldean,
story.
Yeah.
Chaldean News has been very supportive and did a few articles about Match Chaldean, which was very appreciative. Chaldean American Chamber of Commerce, which we belong to has been extremely successful. I was just so thrilled to find that as a networking source, and I encourage and give out their information. Yeah,
I'm on the board there. Yeah.
We give out their information and encourage everyone to join because we get professional people that come in, and it's a great resource to network with other people.
Are you guys looking to grow and hire in right now by any chance? Is there an opportunity for some of the viewers, or are you looking to expand and possibly open another office? Anything just to offer if there's anything. If not, then we understand you're keeping it more tight niche right now. So
well, Olivia and I know every single person that signs on, and now as it's transitioning to mostly her, because I worked with her for 3 months after selling the business, because it was time, for me to retire.
And she worked with you prior to
and
that.
she also worked with me.
So she's gained a lot of experience.
Yeah, so she's had about half a year in already.
yeah.
So you have to really know the clientele,
Yep.
and since knowing our community wants confidentiality,
Sure.
that's very important. So the least people that know who comes in, the better. So I know all the older clients that I had, and this whole new base that she's getting now,
Yep.
she's understanding more about them, and she's kind of really taking the ball and running.
Can you
with
share
it.
some numbers, like how many guys are on this site and how many girls are on the site, or members?
It's
actually.
so fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just changes all the time. Because
You did mention you've done yourself over a good 100 matches yourself alone, which is great.
Just since she started.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. And again, we're not saying
In
that all of
April.
them have led to marriage, but you've made the
Yes.
matches and had them work through. So
You'll never.
You got patience.
You're not gonna
no,
grow
seal the deal
a
on it.
relationship without meeting that initial
Yep.
meeting. I mean, it's got to happen.
Yep,
It's still new, but I have a couple that are already talking about engagements and stuff too. So
that's
Nice.
great. You are saying right now that she's taken over. She's got a new influx of business that may be coming from her angle. Is it new marketing tips, or is it your crowd following, or how do you guys market yourselves? I see some of the stuff you have here, what have you, and being on here, that helps out too. But overall, it's different. Like, how are you targeting the younger Chaldeans and so forth? So,
Great
what-
question.
Yeah.
Because that's what she's bringing in with her.
Yeah.
With her.
Yep. Tell us what you're
marketing
doing.
skills.
Yeah, give us.
So
give us a,
I'm doing a lot of advertising on like Instagram, Facebook, social media, word of mouth. I know a lot of people too.
great,
I was involved in different church programs for like 10 years, so
Okay.
just talking to them.
awesome. That's good. So that just helps gain more.
Yeah.
So
And then how are you showing people that this is okay? Like this is the way to go
Yeah.
now. Like it's not. People think, I'm not going to get
No,
matched
like,
up. I'm not
like
getting
bring
matched
me
up.
in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how do I feel comfortable enough to say, you know what, I want to sit with Olivia.
Yeah.
Give this a shot. I mean, first of all, your prices that you told us earlier are inexpensive for the return of what you're going to get for the reward. We'll
I
get
don't
into.
think you should mention the prices, and I think you should just raise them without.
Yeah. That's why I didn't say numbers. I didn't say this and that
Yeah.
because technically, in our opinion, for the service that you're offering, we do feel that there is a little bit more needed for you guys.
It's
for the-
definite
you know,
value
yeah.
there.
We believe your value for what you're doing, since it is unique, has a higher amount for what you're placing on it yourselves currently. So I'm not going to mention nothing right now with that, but
Our own clients have told us that. For me, it was never about that. And
Sure.
the ones that charge like 100 times more, which is
Yeah.
almost everybody else out there,
yeah,
they're doing it for the money. And if you think about it, how many people do they have on their client base who
Sure.
are willing to pay that much money? And we have a lot of young people in their 20s and 30s.
Yep.
So by keeping the price low, we're doing more with volume.
okay.
We're
And
bringing
still
them in
giving
and
quality,
we're
though.
getting them
Yes.
married.
And you're giving both, actually, sounding like you're producing the volume by your inexpensive rate, but you're also proving quality with what you're doing, because your rate from what you guys are telling us on success has been pretty solid. So
And actually quite a few first-time matches. People
Yeah.
that have gotten married from a first match.
So for me, I don't think the price has anything to do with anything. I think it's just making people comfortable enough to say, yes, I want to be matched up. That's where I think where I think you could blow this up to even bigger, because people just need to know that it's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with being made a match. Like you're getting matched up anyway in your everyday life
That's what
when
I'm
you're
saying
doing
to you.
things.
most of our parents and grandparents came from that
Exactly.
life. Most survived.
Not just them, our brothers, our sisters, our cousins, our aunts, our uncles, everybody.
Then it transitioned to then. Even to this, like one of my best friends, man, it's the same essence. His employee introduced him to his cousin.
That's it. That's how it works.
6 to 8 months later, they were engaged, or a year later, they were engaged. And it's you're getting matched no matter how you do
Yes.
it. Because, the thing is that I like about this, it's different for us nowadays. Where am I going to go meet somebody today? As a Chaldean, before we used to have events and things that we would go to, and we would be able to ask this person to that person to hook us up with that person. It's not that common anymore. I mean, I may see some at church here and there and what have you, or weddings and here and there, but where else?
But
and
then
you don't know anything about them, really.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you see him at this wedding or somewhere else, are you really going to approach someone without knowing, is this person available?
Right.
What if that person's married and has 3 kids? A lot of people take care of themselves, So you can't tell if they already are married or not. And you're going to go up to someone and possibly some Bruno guy is going to come out of the bathroom and say, okay, who are you? Why are you talking to my wife?
So take it as a compliment, buddy.
Truth is true. Listen, I'll speak from my perspective as a man. Anthony's married, so he may look at it different because he's been out of the loop, but let's just say for right now, today's day and age, it's a lot harder for a man to approach a woman. I hate to say it. Women are approaching men more than vice versa is happening. And the reason that I feel that has happened, some of the stuff has been taken away from the things we'd be able to do as men, or the approach that we had as men, towards the women. It was a little bit more aggressive back in the days. So we've had to fine tune that to make sure we're not offensive, to make sure we're not saying the wrong things. Realistically, it is. I don't want to come up and be saying something sexist.
It goes back to intentions, right? So on the street, they don't know your intentions. You don't know their intentions.
Right.
Here at Match Chaldean, everybody's intentions are to get married.
Right.
They're looking to get married. They're looking to get matched up. So this is the safest way and the best bet to actually find a match. If you're sitting up at night and you're thinking, oh, why am I in bed alone? Then because it happens.
Yes.
But so you feel lonely or on a holiday, call Match Chaldean.
Yeah.
Well, really, every single person who wants to get married should join, because there's no reason not to. It's the greatest service to our community.
What did we have before? I want to get married. Somehow somebody's got to figure me to get somebody from back home, get them back over here.
Or sit at church between your parents and hope that somebody will say, oh, ay labrat with Filanetha, is this whose daughter? And try to come to the house. And who does that anymore? In my generation, nobody even wanted to admit they were dating.
Yeah.
So now dating is very acceptable, and this is really the safest way, because there are a lot of people out there who might lie about their age or marital status. They can't do that coming to us.
Even the pictures,
we vet them. We
even
get
the
to know
pictures
them.
aren't real a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why. Even guys in our community or girls, I don't see why it would be wrong to use this. Truth is, I've had friends. I personally don't, have to go this route. I mean, not yet. Maybe I may end up coming to you guys, but they scroll through Tinder and Slider and all the other stuff that they go through, and I see both on there when my friends are sitting next to you and they're swiping, they're like, you need to get on this. And I'm like, why? It's not, I'm looking for my sister or my mom's style of women in my life, and I don't think I'm going to go flip through and find that. But my point is they're using that. Guys and girls today.
I think their intentions are different, though. Those guys that are using that aren't.
No, it's both. I'm saying it's guys and girls, Chaldean, that I'm seeing on there.
Well, maybe both sides are
looking
bad intentions.
But for the most, you got to think about it. The Chaldean girls still, they yearn also to have a lot of that marriage and family, and because that's where we come from. So I don't. Okay, maybe if there's a small portion that goes for attention, regardless, they're using the app to get something out of it. So why not use MatchChaldean.com?
Where it's a professional service run by 2 ladies who both have master's degrees.
It's more serious.
And who care about the community and are faith-filled, and who'll care about you.
Yep, and that's a big thing. So can you guys give any shout-out to any friends and family that supported you, that brought you up? Anybody who is giving you some of that push to do what you're doing. You said your son already helped you out, and your husband had given you that. Anybody in this work, business, any environment that you guys want to give a shout out to?
Go ahead.
Okay. My husband, he's been helping with everything. My parents.
And what does your husband
What's
do?
your name?
My husband owns an IT company.
And his name?
Noor Asfar.
Noor. Awesome. We got to get Noor on. So
Yes.
he's
Yeah.
he's
On
next up.
next.
Yep. We got you. You're coming, buddy.
He's been a big support. He actually also filled out an application just to be funny to help me out. So.
He filled out the application for you?
He filled out an application for Match Chaldean.
Yeah, for Match.
And he
Good
put a
man.
joke on there. My wife's too busy matching, so.
Oh, that's so great.
So
That's
that was
hilarious.
cute. And my parents have been amazing.
Great.
My brother
Who are
was-
your parents?
My parents are Nita Sheena and Wamil Bahura. And
Okay.
they both own furniture stores.
Nice.
My brother Justin is a doctor.
What's the furniture store?
Ital Moda and Lynn Rose.
Oh, that's your dad?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yes.
Oh, that's my buddy, man.
See?
That's what everyone says.
Small
That's a
world.
small world. That's no matter what. It is a small world. Community.
How's he feeling? How's his health?
He's doing great.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
He's really good now.
He got hit by a bus, right, or something?
Yeah, he had a really bad accident 2 years ago,
Ooh.
but he's doing great.
Good.
That's tough.
God bless. Thank God.
Yes, and both my brothers too, Chris Bahura and Justin Bahura.
Oh yeah, good
Chris,
guys too.
DJ Chris?
Yes.
Oh my God. Your dad's Bill. Oh
I
my
just said that.
It just now took me a second. He's on
Yeah.
Woodward.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
She said
yeah.
Talamoto.
Yeah, no, yeah, but I didn't. The name I didn't catch it, but yeah, he's a great guy. Chris, is great
That's
too.
amazing.
And
Yeah.
a shout out to Chris's son Gavin,
Yeah.
my first nephew.
Nice, nice. Chris the DJ, yes.
Yeah.
Royal Oak. Yep. And yourself. Any shouts out besides
Of course, my husband
Yep.
Farouk, our son who started it, Brent Sitto, who's been very supportive all throughout the 10 years that I was running this. My daughter Olivia, who helped me the first year. Our other children, Jacinta, Spencer, who've always been there to support and encourage, and they just are so tremendously proud that this has taken off and been so successful for our community as
Yeah.
a great way for especially professionals who are busy to meet other professionals and help create happy families.
awesome.
To know that that we're contributing to
Yeah.
that is
You're
just
creating and you're
our
also
mission.
helping produce more Chaldeans out in this world.
Yes,
that's
from
what
the
you
very beginning, Bishop Ibrahim helped me. He even helped me
Yeah.
write the logo.
do. Yeah.
And the saying that's on our card, which is Yom Talohu, may your wedding day come.
I've never heard
With
that.
Match Chaldean. Actually, he was very
it's never
supportive.
been said to me.
So Yom Taloh is to both of them, right?
Yes, may
But
your
so-
wedding day come with Match Chaldean.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's a great
he
one.
kind of helped us tweak that and got his support and encouragement, which meant the world to
That's
us.
awesome.
To
There you
even
go.
be able to get into the church bulletins, we had to
get
explain
that-
what's going
yeah.
on, and I showed it to them, and they agreed with us, said this was a great service. So to have that support and be in
Yeah.
the church bulletins and to encourage this was just an amazing boost
Great.
to
he,
us.
He embraced it.
Yes.
That's
And
huge.
He gave us a
Yeah,
chance.
yeah,
you know?
that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. I mean, that's you don't see that too common because of how we did things, growing up. But
and
this is
believe
more
in,
open.
to believe in our mission
Right,
to
right.
keep Chaldean culture and community together by matching compatible Chaldeans.
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
And now that we've kind of uncovered who you are, we have to start asking people who they are now.
Yeah,
Beforehand.
yeah, that would
We
be
didn't
good.
know we had such a dynamic person in the
No,
room.
no, we're yeah, exactly. We get to roll right into
That's so cool.
So
I was so super blessed to meet her, and I just kind of knew right away that this would be a great fit.
So what
for
pushed
us.
you over the edge to say, hey, that's what I want to do, and that's why did you take advantage of this opportunity?
So I love, seeing people happy, and I've set up a lot of cousins that got married, 5 marriages just for fun, and some that are still dating. So I just wanted to get a bigger database, and so that's why I met
Very
Theresa.
nice.
She was floored when she saw my files and the binders.
Good.
She goes, I did not expect this much.
Good.
We have a large clientele base, but we will only match if it's a right match.
What's your
10
rejection
years.
rate? Like, what do you guys reject people?
It's not a matter of rejecting, it's waiting for the right person to come along for that person.
So
Because if they're not going to be compatible with someone, better to wait.
Right.
They're not paying anything to wait. There's
Yep.
no monthly fee or anything
Right.
like that. You only pay per match.
Right.
And you pay before you go on that
And so you
match
bring the matches to them, and then they decide whether.
to accept or
And
not.
so they're seeing name, face.
No,
what-
no pictures,
No
no
pictures.
names, and we use nicknames on the first date because confidentiality is very important. So when they go on that date,
that's cool.
so,
So how do you
your
know you
name
don't
is
end up with your
Junior, but your
cousin?
name on the date might be John.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you stay with John the entire date. The next day, you call and say, "What did she say, Olivia?" And she'll probably say, "What do you say first? Tell me what you
Yeah.
think." And she'll make her notes, and you'll say, "Oh yeah, she was great. I want to see her again." And if she says yes also, then Olivia will shoot you an email, and you'll have her full contact information. If either of you say, "I think I'll pass," there's no contact information, there's no names,
That's great. No, that's
and
actually
it's 100% confidential.
that makes the service much more attractive to people out there now. That,
Who are
I'm glad we
Chaldeans.
uncovered that part of the process because I was wondering if somebody could just walk in and see everyone's name. Oh, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I don't
Right.
want that one. I don't
That's
want
not
that
what we're about.
one. Right. So
Yeah.
you're matching them based
They're the
on
algorithm.
themselves. Yes.
They're the ones who find who to put with who.
Correct.
And make the match.
Yeah.
And so there are code names. And then
Yes.
have you ever had a situation where the people already knew? Well, obviously, yeah,
cousins.
it's got to be. Or cousins.
Has it ever happened that way?
It does.
Yeah.
Truthfully, it does. But then we tell them, you know what? You're adults. You laugh about it. You
Yeah.
sit down. You have your coffee, and we'll give you a credit to
So
your
they're
account.
pre-warned.
Yeah.
They're pre-warned.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
Very rarely.
Yeah, but that'd be
we're
kind of
dealing
fun.
with
That'd be a fun,
mature
that'd be a
adults,
fun,
mostly
funny mishap.
professionals.
Actually, that would turn into the, hey man, let's just go party, hang out.
Yeah.
And people
Since
do.
we're already out
they
right
they
now.
just hang out, and you know
Yeah.
they get a credit to their account. We're not about taking their money.
No, it's obviously not.
No.
Not what you charge.
No. No. I mean, your dad's a businessman. How's he let you get away with those numbers? Your mom too.
I think I don't know if you're comfortable sharing the
Yeah,
pricing.
do you want to let them know
You
before we
feel
close out?
free.
Let them know what it
because
is.
It's
Sure.
kind of ridiculous how cheap it is.
Okay, so it's $35 each new person they meet. There's a $100 registration fee. It's only paid once.
Okay.
Yes.
And that registration fee you explained to us, it's not taken until the match is completed, right? Is that
Until
when
they agree.
They agree.
Until they agree.
Until they agree.
And it's for a lifetime.
Yep. So if you never match, you never pay.
Right.
Correct.
Exactly. So basically, you have nothing to lose and
No.
everything to gain.
Yep.
How long is the initial consultation, like the face-to-face?
1 hour.
And that's free, right?
Free
Yes,
1 hour.
free.
And it's 1 hour?
1 hour,
Yes.
exactly.
And so what are some of the questions you ask during the consultation?
Follow up to what they've
Like,
written.
have you killed anyone? Where are they buried?
Just follow-up questions
Yeah.
about themselves, what they're looking for, and then I
Uh-huh.
explain the process more in detail, and then give them a chance to answer any questions.
That's cool.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely, I think I'm gonna have to make my way. Just give it a little nudge.
Definitely get over there,
Just
man.
get on that list.
Ladies, Junior will be on there in the next 30 days, so get your
Profile
butts
in
down
and
there.
get
get your profile in there too.
And tell your friends and relatives.
Yeah,
because
everybody, please.
There are people waiting that are probably perfect for someone you know.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is get them
Encourage
to
them.
Yes.
encourage them to apply and come in and meet and hear about any potential matches.
And-
Why not? There's,
Yeah, and with the
Everyone should be added.
confidentiality and the system that you guys use, I think it's phenomenal,
I mean-
and no one has anything to lose here.
Right. For 10 years, we've been doing this, and we've become a brand, and it's been a very successful brand. That's just the
Good.
phenomenal success, and the babies, the children, the marriages. It's very heartwarming.
Yeah. You're putting your heart into it.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you to.
Oh, you're
to-
welcome.
Thank you to Brent for
Pushing you,
getting it
getting that-
started,
yeah,
and then
locked and
thank you
loaded.
for
People have
bringing it-
toasted him at
Yeah.
weddings.
and you carrying it for 10 years and then passing the torch on to Olivia.
And
This is
Another
great.
shout out to my aunt Norma Sheena, who introduced us
yes.
to.
Oh, Norma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Norma's a good person.
I
Yeah.
went to high school with Norma, and she said, you should meet my niece. And
So I was
said,
at Brian's
"Sure."
wedding
Nice.
Okay.
and Amy's.
Yeah.
So I was
So did you
I was like the most wildest one at that one.
Jeez.
I can
Sorry,
see that.
everybody saw me out there.
So did you have anything else you wanted to? I started going
Just,
through your
yeah,
notes.
a couple of things.
Sure.
I really mostly want to support Olivia, my goal is her success now.
Oh, yeah.
And I would do anything to help her because I know her heart's in the right place and her faith is so strong.
That's awesome.
And also to thank our beloved Chaldean community and our clients who've been so supportive and encouraging. The calls, the comments, the compliments. I mean, these are things, that just keep us going, the support of the community.
Yep.
And, of course, the Chamber of Commerce. And I just wanted to say, too, I read recently that Matthew Kelly, the founder of Dynamic Catholic, wrote, "Be the best version of yourself and be proactive to make the world a better place." And I feel Match Chaldean is doing our share in our little corner of the world
Very nice.
Yeah.
to make our community a better place.
Yep.
And Albert Schweitzer, the French medical missionary and Nobel Peace Prize recipient of 1953, the year I was born, expressed this idea: "I am certain of one thing, the only ones among us who will ever be truly happy are those of us who have sought and found a way to serve." And, I really don't believe that God put us on this earth to make as much money as we can, and
Sure.
then whoever makes the most will die and go to heaven.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
The impact.
I went to Catholic school, Blessed Sacrament, growing up. It's now defunct, but the church is still there, the cathedral, and it's beautiful. But even my second grade catechism teaches us that God made us to know him, love him, and serve him, so that one day we may be happy with him in heaven. And I feel that for each two heads we put on one pillow, it's helping pave the way toward that goal. And
Awesome.
That is
and our
awesome.
mission to keep the Chaldean culture and community together.
It's great. That's where you actually hit on point. We were going to ask you what's a great message you can send off before closing off.
Service
Yeah.
to others.
Yep.
And in this day and age, it's more important than ever. We can't cure all the world's ills,
No.
but we can make our corner a little
One
bit
help at
better.
a time.
Yeah.
And Olivia, did you
One
want to
person
say
at a
anything
time.
or anything we might have forgot to ask you or didn't mention?
I do build personal relationships with all my clients. They can ask me anything. They call me all the time with advice if they're in a relationship. So
You also do therapy,
Yes.
right? You're a therapist as well. Is that your own office, or do you work?
I work for someone.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you still want to maybe just shout that out in case somebody wants to come see you all as well with that too? Just since
Sure.
you have another.
Or they can be on the sly and go see you at the
Yeah.
therapist. And
Yeah. And work on
that's
both
just
and
so
for
that-
35.
yeah.
I didn't say it.
Always thinking.
$35. You get a little bit of both, right?
Right.
So I don't do like outpatient therapy like that, but they
Okay.
can go. It's called New Oakland Family Centers.
Okay.
We have outpatient therapy session. I do
Okay.
inpatient. So
Great.
Cool.
And
Hopefully.
I'm also on LinkedIn, as is Olivia.
Yep.
And with that, I've written over 32 articles and blogs on relationships.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
And anyone is welcome to connect with me.
That's
and-
on LinkedIn?
On LinkedIn.
Nice.
And just relationship issues that have come up with my clients. They've asked questions confidentially,
Sure.
and I've answered those questions, some of which are posted on Facebook, which
Awesome.
that part of it is public.
That's what we'll go to next. And just to let everybody know, they are on Facebook at Match Chaldean. It's MatchChaldean. It's the word match, but flowed right into the word Chaldean. And they're also on
Facebook.
Facebook. It's the same thing, right?
Yep, same name.
So Facebook and Instagram. So follow them. If you got questions, I'm sure you can DM Olivia, Theresa, whoever's handling it. But let's get it out there. Support them, and why not? Find the person of your dreams through them right now.
Let's make some Chaldean babies.
Make a
Yes.
family. Yes. Well, we thank you. Thanks for
Thank you both.
the
Thank
interview,
you.
and
Thank you.
we congratulate you on your 10 years of success.
Yep.
And we wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Thank
And
you so
Bill,
much.
Bill, I'll see you at
Yeah.
2:20
Yes.
at 4:00.
Yes, chilling. Always got that fresh. He's got the fresh jacket on, just hanging. My man, always looking business and sharp.
Oh yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
ladies.
Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Let's get some people married.
Yeah.